Everyone, and welcome back. We finally find ourselves back on top of the meta. This deck list won an mtgo challenge with an incredible clip of going 9-1 in the best of 3 format. It had a very good weekend. We're going to take this list, we're going to run it through the gauntlet today and see how well it performs, and I will give a little spoiler. It performed pretty well besides one game, an absolute devastation for us as we thought we had it locked up, and the turns get tabled very quickly. So let's go ahead and hop into games. I hope you all enjoy, and let's just get out there in game. Might be good, but it's already got one in hand plus another go for the throat. Not to read. When a certain artifact enters the battlefield under your control, up to one target creature you control gets a 1/1 on a haste and then transform it. Is this like heroic? Bro, sure. Uh-huh. Yeah. I hate that I have to cut down this. Back. They no blocks. Or no more, please. I'll play a 3/2. We'll use it as a block. They're gonna play hasters. Miss a land, they find one now. Let's see. We're looking for a tranquil frill back. It'd be the best draw here. You get this dousing dagger off the battlefield. And go for the throat. What a wonderful card that we have to play. Oh, man. I'll just let this go. No, I don't think so. I think we need it. Ooh. Well, I found old Frilly Billy. They're all artifacts, so just go for the throat sucks. That's for sure. I will just pass now, and I'll just use Glissa as a blocker from this point out. It can't blow up artifacts regardless. It's only enchantments or remove counters that's kind of relevant here. Our hand's pretty solid. We don't necessarily care too much. Honestly, I'm just gonna, well, maybe you got something and Ganjo it. Sure. Yeah. Weird way for this game to kind of go down, I guess. What an awkward way for this to happen. So the way that this works could work. I'm just gonna pay all the modes. So destroy, do this, do this. So get rid of this, and because the first ability is destroy, it'll go into the graveyard and then to get exiled. So you see it goes in there, then the graveyard's exiled, all that's gone. I gain 4. Because they have haste, I might as well just still hold back. They're at 32. Getting too aggressive right now with this 3/2 is probably a big mistake. We have a Gix command ready to go. Double striker, sure. Sure. They want a double attack here. I can double block. And never had such a dead card. Oh, no attack here. Kind of a mistake, I think. One creature in there. Here. Destroy each creature with power 2 or less. Each opponent sacrifices a creature with high power. Return up to creature or 1/1s in lifelink. I think 1/1 in lifelink is important enough. Do this. I guess I'll attack this. Just gain life. I'm down to 27. Go back up to 19. Hold a card just dead. Maybe they'll play one card that fits the description that I can use this. Or they'll play another dowsing device. That was kind of always online and active. Let it go. No reason for them to bring that card in their graveyard back, they feel. So, I mean, that makes sense to me. But for me as well, I'm going to bring this up. I'm not going to lie to you. We're definitely just going to turn on the heat. I'll exile this. Make a food. You can hold the food for life, but I don't necessarily think there's a reason. And I'm just going to play this 3-2. Can't imagine this is a sunfall style deck. I don't know, by the way. If I start fumbling words, I commentated an event today, kind of by choice. I was asked if I wanted to do it randomly when I woke up this morning, so I did it, and it ended up being 8 hours of commentary. So if I fumble the bag on a couple of words today, I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Oh yeah, we keep here. There's a time to have a surveil land, not the draw we wanted. Kind of a scenario where I'd be normally conditionally doing the thread on the bottom. Honestly, I'm down to keep the Mosswood on top. I think I'm just gonna play a Mosswood as a 3-2. Ooh. Oh no. Reanimator help. Well, that's the case. We play 3-2 and try to get aggressive. Not entirely sure how we're gonna come out of this match. Yeah. Throw all your nonsense in there. We're one turn behind, so Frillback is not necessarily on the table. Wow. What a wild scenario. So if they reanimate, they won't be really able to do much, I don't think. And my cards are way too expensive that I don't like them necessarily that much. We do this.
No more distractions. Let's make this quick.
Plus. Dicks. Getting rid of Mosswood here. I don't think they'll have haste, so I'm gonna go ahead and attack. I don't remember how this gets board counter. At the beginning of the step, if you descend this turn, put a board counter on it, 3 or more, transform it. Sure.
Now you've got my attention.
Yeah, where I want to be. They don't descend, so that doesn't work. I would have loved to hit a land with this Frillback, so we're gonna shoot for it. For the stars, you know. Play land plus here.
Drop it.
Guess this, and I can just grab him back with his Gix command later. Now, do I hold the removal, or do I not hold the removal? Can't remove this regardless. I'm going to play this. They didn't go for the kind of... They didn't go for it last turn, so I'm going to play this down. Maybe they'll have cut down here. Be a spell to cast. The hesitation, I believe, is from this. That does stuff. One of the reasons we're not getting rid of this. Yeah. Okay. Well, love to exile. I think I might have to. At the beginning of your end step, choose target permanent card in your graveyard. You may sacrifice permanent that shares a card type with the chosen card. Yes, we kind of need to hit their whole bin here. Plus, go for the throat, and not necessarily that great.
You won't be outsmarting me.
I just don't know how we're gonna stagger through this turn here. Get rid of lockdown. Lockdown definitely not good, that's for sure. Then we play Nissa and we blow up the Spirit Sisters Siren. Now they have like a lot to have to deal with, or I can just exile their graveyard. Well, I guess I can just do both with this. What am I even talking about? Yeah, what am I doing? Plus and then plus, or just destroy artifact, exile graveyard, or enchantment. Artifact or enchantment. Then we just hold the line here, make it very complicated. Sacrificing the artifact, put one counter on that. That's fine for the most part. Stack, counter. I have trample, so I'm not necessarily that concerned about it. We have a Nissa to come in and blow it up. That's a 6/6. Doesn't have trample. Make more creatures, but that's the reason why they do it. So we just block. I'm gonna block with Frillback because I don't want this to go in the yard, so I don't have to attempt to cycle it this turn. Let's get that going. Weirdly enough, we have to let the land go. Each player discards. Here.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Populate gone. Sweet. Destroy 2. Each opponent sacrifices. One big gone. Nice. And now we hit. Now they're in top deck mode with only to populate in the yard. Farming's scoundrel. Okay. Nice little piece to pick up there for sure. Kind of land. Just a 1/1. Not necessarily the strongest thing of all time. And we get a concession. Okay. This is very weird for them because how do you get there, you know? I do think... I don't know. Maybe they just don't feel like they can answer Liliana either. Definitely a tough spot. Definitely a tough spot for sure. Go first. And this is my hand. Yeah, we can probably keep this, I think. Kind of depends what they reveal on turn 1, whether or not we play a bat or a mosswood right away. But most likely, we'll probably just play the bat. Oh, I'm confused. I'll play 3-2. Much rather be working on hitting them pretty hard. I don't know what this means. Having an error 404. I don't know. Yeah, blue-white kind of had the assumption that that's what it was, so I wanted to just play a 3-2 so I could be definitely aggressive with it. Liliana, fantastic draw. Much rather start using it to get rid of cards instead of waiting. So we'll play it early. We'll force them to have to answer it early. I'll let a bat go.
And I don't drop it.
Keep a frill back just in case they try to temporary lockdown at some point. There goes a Sunfall card that they think is going to be a little late. My bat. 3. Yeah. Comes the bat. Dangerous bat. More lies. Sure. And just constantly hitting. Keeping this mosswood around. Protect ourselves. In terms of like the cards in our hand. We'll definitely be cycling into draw. Might be a depopulate. No? Okay. Combat. Attack. Got a draw. Okay. Find an answer for Lily in this draw, or I'll split your mana in half. Although, they don't even fall that far behind if that's the case. It's kind of one of the reasons to get this glisten down immediately, is to try to take a little bit more incentive on the board.
You won't be outsmarting me.
I think Frillback might just be the worst thus far now. I think I'm gonna draw. After all that, I'm just gonna draw. I don't think playing another creature and then just letting them play land Sunfall me is the best situation. Especially if that's their play, then my Liliana sticks. But I feel like they have to find an answer for Lily. Like, do you want to play another land with Lily on the battlefield if you can't answer it? Because then now you're just giving up 2 guaranteed. Just a bounce here. Okay. I'm back. Lily doing what Lily does and stressing. They just couldn't allow it to stay around for any longer. We let the Gix go. Constantly hitting. Temporary lockdown, sure. Playing. Honestly, like, works out better to an extent that they don't have lands. Because their hand would be lower on cards. It's one of the weird things that Lily kind of puts you in, where if you're playing lands, like especially now, if they draw a land, they won't have discard fodder until they find an answer for it. But then if you can't find an answer for it and you weren't playing lands, you get set back significantly farther because you didn't do anything. Also, guess what else is happening? They're getting hit with a 3-2 at every single turn. Go to combat. Attack. Plus, we have a perfect card to discard in this situation. We let it go. Sunfall. Bliss is coming down. Maybe a counter spell comes off here. Definitely weird. We have counter spell. We Two life Scry 2. Scry 2 is good. I like playing this flanker, by the way, as a control deck because it just gives you better chances in terms of fighting outs and whatnot. Or if like your opponent's a reanimate deck like we played in the past, you get to exile that graveyard whenever you kind of feel fit. Well, what do we see here? Did you find an answer for Lily yet? Because realistically, if this Glissa starts connecting over, although the likelihood of Glissa connecting is not very high, attacking, leaving yourself vulnerable for a 3-2 here.
Couldn't be more annoying.
Oops.
You won't be outsmarting me.
Fair enough. Put a Mosswood down. Now we're here. If their land Sunfall depopulate, they lose their creature as well, and I will freely block this all day. And the early Mosswood Dread Knight that's been here since turn 2, I believe, is kind of a great example of why you do this. They attack, I definitely block. They don't attack, I attack. Or I minus Lily. And that's the spot they're in. Minus. Going for it. I could have played bat and plus, but I'm going to try to clear the way and attack for lethal if I can.
I've always hated crowds.
Attack. They have to block. They finally find an Emperor. Okay.
Anyone who harms my people must contend.
Really, it really came down, it really came late, but they finally find an Emperor.
This is what you
Now
get
here's a
for
bat.
hurting my
A little surprised with Emperor. Sometimes I can definitely see like, wow, the payoff of they've discarded 2 Sunfalls and they had a 3rd one in their top 18. Wow,
I have got new moves
that's
to
absurd.
teach you.
And now I'm literally losing this game. That's crazy to me. That sucks so much, dude. Oh man. That might have been the luckiest back-to-back draws for them that I could have thought of,
We
to
must
be honest.
protect the people.
After Lily put in so much work. Here. Holy cow, bro. I think that's it. I think we lost. Genuinely. I think it's over. We hit a land. I'm gonna give myself one more draw. But if it's land and then memory deluge, like I'm not even giving myself a chance. What a devastating way to lose.
Remember your training.
But it is what it is. Yep. And now we flood, and they're just holding cards, and they didn't play another land, so they definitely have another one. Mirix comes online, so on the draw. Okay. We have a pretty solid kind of hand here. We have a removal spell if needed. We have Mosswood to kind of block or attack if needed. Then we have a Preacher ready to go. So we'll play land, we'll pass. What's up, opponent? You just blew black. They have counterspell. I want to play Schism. Well, I just want to barrel my Dread Knight. I'm barreling Dread Knight. I'll force them to interact. Then if they want to kill it, I will then cycle it and then play this. Well, I'll play this. Esper? Not Esper in like a way that you would think Esper, but like Esper helping hand is what I was thinking. Wow, that just stuck in, okay? Killing this in response. That'd be perfectly fine with me. Not really, but like at the same time, yes. Got it. Click the button. Button to click. Fading hope. Good. Good. Dead chat. Okay. Well. They are Esper. Go for the throat. We already have one of those. Don't need. Come on, Buffalo. We tutor. Then I steal it? Yeah, no, I'm saying a little tough. A little tough decision for sure. I could play Shieldred. I could bat. We bat. No counter spell for them. I mean, realistically, I just take Reenact a crime, or Beast Siege can find a removal. I just take Reenact. Most of the time, Beast Siege is wanting to find Reenact. Now we have to dodge Kaido, I think. Maybe not Kaido. Maybe just like the artifact. 3-mana one. We have to dodge Kaido. We have to dodge Collector's Vault if they play it. Faithful Mending. Well, never mind. We didn't dodge Kaido, team. We actually got slammed by Kaido. They do have a weird situation in which... Oh, they drew! Didn't make the token for Beseech. Ew. What do you discard there? Can I find a frill back? Oh, discard a land. Now we know. Now we know. Now we're big knower, guys. Well, they can Kaido make it, then sack. I play Shieldred, or do I play Preacher, hold up, go for the throat? Because I don't think I'll have a chance to respond regardless. Shieldred would just put in way more work. I think Shieldred puts in way more work and I could play it. I think they need like 2 cards to work exactly the way they would want. They would need 1 mana way to discard, or they need to rip the Reenact.
What do we have here?
Which is possible. Another Beseech goes. So Reenact was not ripped, and they concede. So if you're a little confused, maybe you haven't seen the deck list on my channel, go watch it. I'm just kidding. Costing, bro. Ooh, interesting. We'll keep though. Frillback's been nice. I've been enjoying Frillback in the deck thus far. Now 3 for best of 1. Yes, but empty calorie turn for my opponent. Just a swamp, island, bat. Hard. In danger. What do we do here? Do I just play my cotton? No, I play Preacher. Get Preacher down. And they're gonna mill again, and then I'm going to play Swamp. Ooh, do I want to try to throw back twice? I'd like to blow this up. A combo deck. In here. Nothing good. Go for the third, gone. Okay. A mill again. Okay. I hate that I have to do this. Combat. Attack. Make 1/1. It's for 2. This one. Need this to not get blown out in 1 turn. Crash with Dino, Merfolk, Pirate, and a Vampire. They meet the requirement? My dad. Might be dead. Just do anything else so I can frill back. Just... The problem is, I do have 2 Death Touchers. This does have lifelink, but Very weird. Discard a card is... I'm gonna do Preacher as my other discard here. They're gonna look at 3. They're gonna put cards in the graveyard and do stuff, I think. Ooh. Big booty bat. Land cycling. Okay. I don't want to say that we will. It's very possible we get a concession here. So we land on bet. Attack. Draw more cards. Cut down. Not gonna lie to you. Kind of sucks. Speed. Swamp. Swamp. Don't like game cost. And Frillback. Remember how I just said Frillback's been really, really good? Blow that up and exile their graveyard of 20-ish cards. Their exile has 14 cards. Okay. So if they want to do any more graveyard shenanigans, they have to restart. They pressed the wrong mode. They had to have. There's no way. Yeah, that sucks. That always says like, man, one of the things I do hate playing online is something like that. I wish I could let my opponent take back. I know it's like, oh, they just need to play slower. I appreciate just them playing like quickly, but it just sucks when you see that happen and you're like, I shouldn't have 3 power in play. So it does suck. Is the way it be. Here we go. Nice, they return. So that's what they have to do. They do not meet the requirement. Land. Plus, don't give them an option. Hidebinder. Nice. They can shut my Nissa off now. That's fine with me. But I'm still going to cut down this while I have the mana available to do so. I play Glissa here because Glissa fits in that awkward spot that the command can't deal with. We attack for 5. Send him down to 7. And this is also lethal on board. Land. That's a 5/6. Oh. Damn, tough. I never want to say good game there because it definitely it would come off as a little salty, but I do respect the deck they were playing. It was very cool. I thought they were going to go for it, but maybe they thought I had some response like Terra Sunder or something. But this play that happened, I think they wanted to grab creatures and they just like forgot that their graveyard didn't exist anymore. I don't even know what 2 modes they picked. It was just kind of came up. I sacked my big creature and I was like, that happened out of order. It's supposed to do the 2 mana ones or the 2 power ones. And then they stayed and they didn't do any other mode. And I said, okay, that did not look quite what they wanted to do. Okay. So I'm going to call it for right now. I love playing Golgari, especially like in terms of longer clips. I definitely generally upload Golgari a little bit longer. But my voice is running raw. Like I said in a clip, the whole thing might be there. I might cut it just because I'm talking about it now. But we had a RCQ event at Apex. We actually had a crazy weekend. So at Apex Gaming, we are a local LGS. We're a premium store. We're based out of Ohio. We had a team event this weekend with people like Young Dingo. We had Krista. Tandy was supposed to come. Elliot Raff. We had a lot of people. PT Bench as well. I can't remember who their teammate was going to be. Oh, Bowmacker. Yeah, Bowman was going to be there too. But they got busy, so they didn't end up coming. But the Young Dingo, Krista, and PT actually ended up taking the event. We had a 159-person team event at our store, and we hosted it. So we did that on Saturday. So that was a 12-hour day of work there because I am on staff. And then the next day, we did a RCQ. and we end up having a little bit less, but it did work out that it ended up being 5 rounds with a cut to top 8. And on my way to work, with very little sleep, I had been awake for 20 minutes, and Kyle, my boss, said, "Hey, you want to commentate today? I think it'd be fun." And I said, "Sure, that would be great." Assuming there would be like 20 and maybe a cut to top 4. Instead, I commentated for 8 hours. 8 hours of standard gameplay. And at the very end, if anybody's played paper or online, before the last match, the very last match lasted 10 minutes. That was it. The 2 matches before was control against a slower like control, and then the domain mirror. And it took so long comparatively. So I'm done. This is what I got. These are the cards I'm playing. Oh my gosh. This is the latest challenge winner. The main thing that's different about this list that you'll probably see in the past is Glissa's count is down. We had one video where Glissa definitely took over. But the Tranquil Frillback has been dominating. And I think we showed off why. There's so many Reanimator decks right now. There's so many artifact-based decks. Schooner is a hard card for us to answer. And a lot of things like that. This card just answers every problem that we have. Aggro, we need to gain life. Cool, we can do that. They play War Leader's Call, we can blow it up. They want to do other things with artifacts, temporary lockdown us, we'll blow it up. We'll just do whatever we need to do with this card to get to our goal that we need to get to. And it's very cool. So it's definitely weird to see this card come out and be the kind of top competitor when it comes to playing this. The only thing is a little bit questionable for the most part, because this is, again, best of 1. We don't get that option in the sideboard. Is being so strictly solid on these. A lot of times we need to play something like a Bitter Triumph or a Long Goodbye in one of these spots. As you saw in one of our matchups, we just played against Artifact aggro. This might as well been in the sideboard. Like, it did nothing. All it did was stay in our hand and make it harder for us. But that is it. That's all I got for us today. Here's the sideboard. The link to the actual deck list will be linked here, as it was a challenge placing list, so they should get some of the credit for it. It is just their username. I don't know their actual name, so it is what it is. I hope you all enjoyed regardless. I'll catch you all later in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.